The church was already full when the whisper started. At first, it was soft, like the sound of wind passing through palm leaves. People shifted in their seats. Some checked their phones. Others looked at the entrance again and again. The bride was standing at the altar in her white dress, her veil resting gently on her shoulders, her heart steady, her lips smiling. Music played. Cameras were raised. The pastor cleared his throat. 5 minutes passed. 10 minutes passed. Then the music stopped. Silence fell. Finally, the pastor leaned forward and asked the question that cut through the air like a knife. Where is the groom? That was the moment Amara's life broke into two parts, before and after. Amara was 24 years old, young, hopeful, and full of plans. She was a Gen Z Nigerian woman living in Enugu, a city where old red earth still clung to new roads and tradition still walked beside technology. She worked online as a digital creator and small business promoter, helping people sell their ideas to the world. She believed in love, believed in patience, and believed that if two people prayed together and planned together, nothing could pull them apart. Daniel, the man who was supposed to be standing beside her that day, had promised her forever. They had met during their university days, grown together, struggled together, and dreamed together. At least, that was what she believed. That wedding morning, Amara had woken before the sun. She prayed quietly beside her bed, asking God for peace, for joy, for a marriage built on respect. Her phone was filled with messages from friends and family, all celebrating her. Her mother tied her jewel with careful hands. Her father hugged her longer than usual. No one noticed the small unease in her chest, the feeling she brushed aside because she did not want fear to steal her joy. In African wisdom, they say when the heart is restless, it knows what the mouth refuses to say. As Amara walked down the aisle, people stood. Some cried, some smiled. She searched for Daniel's face. His seat was empty. She told herself he was running late. Men are sometimes careless with time, she thought. But time kept moving, and Daniel did not come. Calls went unanswered. Messages remained unread. Whispers grew louder. A church elder stepped outside to make calls. Another walked back in, shaking his head. Then Daniel's younger brother arrived, breathing heavily, his eyes refusing to meet anyone's gaze. He pulled the pastor aside and whispered. The pastor's face changed. When the announcement came, it felt unreal. Daniel was not coming. He had said he could not go on with the marriage. No explanation, no apology, just absence. Some women gasped. Some men shook their heads. Amara stood still. She did not scream. She did not collapse. She felt as though her soul had left her body and was watching from somewhere above. Her wedding dress, once a symbol of joy, now felt like a heavy burden pulling her down. That day, videos of Amara standing alone at the altar spread faster than Harmattan fire. Social media, which once celebrated her creativity, now fed on her pain. People commented without mercy. Some blamed her, some mocked her. Others pretended to feel sorry but still shared the videos. Amara locked herself in her room for days, then weeks. She stopped posting online. She stopped answering calls. She stopped believing that anything good could still happen to her. Her mother would sit by her door every evening, speaking gently, reminding her that life does not end because one chapter closes. But Amara's heart was heavy. At night, she replayed every memory, every conversation, every smile Daniel had given her. She wondered where she had gone wrong. She wondered if she was not beautiful enough, not rich enough, not connected enough. Shame wrapped itself around her like a tight cloth, refusing to loosen. In African tradition, elders say a wound that is hidden heals slowly. Amara was hiding everything, even her tears. One night, as rain tapped softly against her window, she finally broke down. She cried until her chest hurt, whispering words she had never dared to say aloud. God, why me? It was not anger, it was exhaustion. Weeks later, when the noise around her had reduced, a message came from an old university friend named Zainab. Zainab was practical, warm, and stubborn in a gentle way. She did not ask Amara to explain anything. She simply invited her to come along for a day of volunteering at a community tech center that trained young people in digital skills. Amara wanted to refuse. Her heart was not ready for people, but something inside her was tired of silence. So she agreed. That day changed her life in a way she could never have planned. The center was noisy, filled with laughter, keyboard sounds, and the excitement of young minds learning something new. Amara felt out of place at first, but as she watched the students, many of them with little resources but big dreams, something shifted inside her. Pain, when shared with purpose, becomes lighter. It was there she noticed Kola. He was not the loudest person in the room. He did not try to impress anyone. He moved calmly, fixing computers, explaining patiently, listening more than he spoke. When Amara dropped her phone while trying to help one of the students, Kola picked it up and handed it to her with a simple smile. "You dropped this, that was all." No dramatic moment, no sparks flying, just a calm exchange. But sometimes the most important doors open quietly. Amara began volunteering regularly, not because of Kola, but because being useful helped her breath laughing again, though softly. Kola and Amara worked side by side. They spoke about simple things: music, technology, childhood memories. Kola never asked about her past, never searched her name online, never treated her like someone to be pitied. He saw her as a whole human being. One evening, while packing up after a long day, Amara finally told him her story. She did not cry. She spoke calmly, as though the pain had already passed through fire and come out quieter. Kola listened without interrupting. When she finished, he said only one thing. "That must have been very painful." Those words entered Amara's heart like medicine. No judgment, no advice, just understanding. Time passed. Healing came slowly, like dawn. Amara returned to her work online. Her confidence grew, not because she had forgotten the past, but because she had learned from it. She discovered that love does not shout. It listens. It does not rush. It waits. Later, the truth about Daniel reached her. His wealthy family had pressured him to marry someone with stronger connections. He had been afraid to speak earlier, afraid to choose love over comfort, afraid to stand firm. Amara felt sadness, but not regret. She understood that cowardice can wear the face of silence. Kola and Amara's bond deepened naturally. They prayed together. They volunteered together. They respected each other's boundaries. When Kola finally spoke of love, it was gentle. He did not promise perfection. He promised honesty. He did not promise ease. He promised partnership. Amara felt peace settle in her heart, the kind of peace she had never felt before. When Daniel returned months later, full of apologies and excuses, Amara listened calmly. She forgave him, but she did not return to him. Growth had changed her. She understood that forgiveness does not always mean reunion. Kola proposed one quiet evening after a community graduation ceremony, surrounded by young people whose lives they had touched. There was no big stage, no cameras, no pressure, just sincerity. Amara said yes, not with fear, but with confidence. Their wedding was simple and beautiful. As Amara walked down the aisle again, she felt no shame. The past no longer defined her. She understood now that being left at the altar had not been the end of her story. It had been protection. In African wisdom, they say when a door refuses to open, it is not always rejection. Sometimes it is redirection. Amara's life became a testimony that pain can teach, loss can guide, and love can come from the most unexpected place. Now, let me ask you, have you ever lost something that later turned out to be a blessing in disguise? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story. Thanks for watching.